Hey everybody, it is Jad and welcome back to another Division video. I'm sorry that I haven't been coming out with many of these recently. I have the ideas for videos, I just haven't done them yet. I'll get on looking to record and I'll just end up doing something completely different and it just basically ends up me not having a video. So I do apologize for that. I still have these ideas. I plan to get them done before 1.4 comes out. I don't know, we'll just have to see. But speaking of 1.4, that's what this video is going to be about. I just want to talk to you guys about 1.4, the changes that are going to be made that are going to affect lower brackets, and I'm also going to be talking about rumors that have been going around that I think are really cool and really interesting ideas. I don't know if any of these are confirmed. Well, I know some of them are. It's just some I don't know if they have been confirmed or if they're just rumors. So I'll go through and I'll let you guys know which has been confirmed and which hasn't, or at least the ones that I don't know have been. But anyways, with that being said, let's get into it. So the first one up on the list is probably the most important one, and that is going to be the removal of high ends. This has been confirmed, but I did make a video in the past kind of explaining possibly a way around it. That's just guesses. I'm hoping it doesn't work because I want PvP to be fair, and high ends have made it unfair for certain players. Even though the overwhelming majority in the bracket have high ends, it's still not fair for those 1-2 people maybe in a server who don't have the underground. And also real quick, while I'm on the topic of high ends, I just wanted to actually address some of the concerns or like counter arguments against my keeping high ends video. The video started and I acted like I didn't want high ends in the game whatsoever, and that is still true. I hate the fact high ends are in the game, but then again, people were also saying that I was very hypocritical for telling people how to keep them because I hate high ends. It's not that I specifically hate high ends, it's that I hate unbalance. And with the state of all the non-30 brackets, you are basically forced into exploiting the game and getting high ends if you want to have any sort of fun. That's the situation I was put in. It's either you do this or you're not going to have fun, you're not going to be able to play. It all started with the two that were saying, "Hey dude, let's get some fucking high ends and steamroll everyone." "Yeah dude, that sounds like a pretty good idea, let's do it." And then that turned into more people getting high ends to compete with those who were totally fine with cheating. More people who are totally fine with the cheating come into it. More people have high ends, that results in more people exploiting to compete with those. And then basically everyone in the fucking bracket has high ends. That's just the state of PvP. That's the way it is. Everyone has the same gear that I'm fighting in my videos. That's why I have high ends. That's why they have high ends. So I can compete with them and they can compete with me. Because those few people decided to get high ends and they were totally okay with that. That just completely broke PvP for the low level brackets. I was so excited when I first joined it and I had my blues and purples and I was ready to see some real PvP, but that's when one guy who was totally fine with cheating decided to come in, one-shot me off smart cover, and then my level of enjoyment started to decline. And after I got high ends, that really fixed all the problems. I'm now able to compete with everyone, everyone's able to compete with me. It's honestly fair. So that's my stance on high ends. I don't want them in the game, but if there is an opportunity to keep everyone balanced, I just want that to happen. I hope 1.4 comes through and fixes high ends completely, takes them out of the game, and then we're stuck with gear that everyone can acquire, and hopefully it'll be a good time for everyone. So next up on the list is the issue with Triage and how it's kind of breaking PvP. So I jumped onto a Division stream where a community manager was just sitting, talking, and having a good time with people who wanted to know about the game. You know, they were asking questions, he was answering, and I asked if Triage is getting reworked. And it was one of those "we're looking into it" sort of jokes, but that's the truth. They're looking into it. They're not gonna say anything because they don't want people to get the wrong idea, so they're just gonna say, yeah, we're looking into it. This is definitely something that's going to get addressed. He didn't know how it was going to get addressed, and I'm sure they're still working on it as of right now, which is good news. I want to see them fix it. If you don't understand how Triage is broken, basically Triage with Max Medical allows you to completely wipe servers. If you have another friend with you, 2 people can wipe an entire server. I've done it so many times and I've witnessed it so many times. You and a friend just run in and out of heals, and then the second that you get all your skills off cooldown, you just focus fire one guy, down him instantly, and then go back to triaging, wait till you get all your skills back, pop them, focus fire. It's just a rinse and repeat cycle. I've done it so many times. I've taken on 15 plus agents just doing this with another friend. It's next to impossible to out damage 2 guys that are triaging with about 3,000 skill power in the 14 bracket. And that's what I'm talking about. While that's kind of cool to be able to clear servers just with you and a friend, it kind of curves PvP to the point where it's not fun. Think about the people on the other side. Think about their perspective. There's so many people trying to take these 2 guys out and they just can't. That's not fun. That really isn't fun. I've been in that situation too, where I just simply can't kill 2 people who are triaging. I've been on both ends of it, and it's really not that fun being on either side. So the rumors that I've heard about actually how they're going to nerf triage is actually pretty interesting. It also affects the first aid skill, which I think is needed because I think it's agreeable that the most used skill in the game is first aid. If you're not running first aid, you're running like pulse and smart cover. So this rumor is that when you throw down a heal and it has the master mod active and it stays up for a while, what people would do is just run in and out of that heal and basically get to full health on any skill power. And to me, that's a problem because then it kind of makes skill power not as useful. You know, there's no point in really rolling anything into electronics because you can get it on your mask and backpack and run in and out of a heal as many times as you want. So the rumor's approach to how they're going to fix this is that when you throw down a heal, you're only able to heal off of that once, which is good because that means that you're going to have to start rolling electronics to get that heal up there, so you get more of a benefit from the one time you're allowed to run through it. And the way that triage is going to be affected is now that the only time you're going to get triage is when you actually heal your teammate, which I think is a fantastic idea because now if you want to actually proc triage and you want to be able to get your skills back basically instantly, you're really going to have to coordinate, be speaking with your team and say, hey, now you run through it, and then hey, now you run through it. Like, you have to know what you're doing if you want to get your skills back instantly. I think that's fantastic because that doesn't render triage useless, but it also doesn't allow people to just completely wipe servers. And then also at the same time, I'm not forced into running triage. I can run other talents like tactical advance. I know that's a pretty good one that not too many people use, but it opens options. I can use some other thing without being forced into using a certain thing. So next up on the list, this is a complete rumor because I haven't done my research and no one has presented me with proof, so I don't know if this is going to be happening. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's going to be happening because it's a little far out there and it just seems kind of ridiculous. So basically what people are saying is that they're taking all the players in the 14 bracket and wiping max medical. And specifically why they're going to be wiping max medical is because of triage and how unbelievably strong it is in the low brackets. And I have a few questions to respond with that. The first one being, so what, are they just going to delete our supplies that we grinded for and just delete perks? How are we supposed to re-get those perks? Are we just going to have to go back out and grind the missions to get max medical back? Or how is that going to work? And then what happens when they work on triage? What if triage gets a rework and it's not as effective anymore? What would be the point in wiping max medical then? I think it would be kind of cool to run max medical in the low level bracket because then that opens the option of a dedicated healer. You can run a support station and double tap it to get the full overheal for your team. And then you can also run a first aid that gives everyone one heal and triage. So if anything, max medical's helping right now. It's helping PvP. Next up on the list is actually something that I haven't heard of too much, but I think it would be kind of cool if it happened in 1.4. And that is taking all the skills in the game and just completely nerfing them into the ground. Because the state of how the skills work right now and how skill power scales skills and makes them a lot more powerful, it's kind of ridiculous because skills are the source of kills right now. If you try and run up to an agent and gun them down using no skills whatsoever, it's going to take a little bit longer than if you were to pop booster shot and pulse at the same time. You melt people so quick when it comes to putting skills into the fight. And I know some people are probably freaking out thinking like, that's ridiculous. No, they can't possibly nerf skills. Like, how dare you say that? But I think there's some balance there that they could do. For the people who run like dedicated sticky builds that want to one-shot agents, but as far as the 14 bracket goes, if you run a sticky bomb that one-shots people, you're gonna die in a few bullets. You are so unbelievably squishy, and that's okay. Like, if you want to one-shot groups of people, there needs to be a trade-off. I don't think you should be able to do that and then be tanky as hell. That just doesn't make any damn sense. That's why I'm okay with sticky bombs in this bracket. But if you do run a sticky bomb build in this bracket, you would know that you need performance mods to make that sticky strong enough to one-shot people. I think that's how performance mods should work. If you want to specialize in a skill and make that skill strong and really contribute to your kills, I think you need to have a build revolved around that skill. I don't think you should just be able to stack skill power and then have every skill be strong and be your source of damage and be the reason that you're putting people down. I'll be honest, I run Pulse and Booster Shot with a Vigorous Chest Piece. I'm ridiculously strong wearing that. And at the same time, I can also be decently tanky. I have the skills that are helping me do all this damage, and then I also have a bunch of armor and stamina stacked up so I can take hits too. And that's just kind of how the meta is. Like, you want to run skills that are going to amplify your damage while you're running a lot of toughness. That's pretty much how the meta works. Yeah, there's other ways to be effective, but as far as hybrid builds go, that's how you want to run. But I think it would be really cool if let's say I wanted to specialize into Booster Shot. I wanted to hit Booster Shot, and that's where I wanted my damage to come from. I think there should be performance mods that amplify Booster Shot, like the damage you do or the duration of it. You should have to have a build revolving around a set of skills or a skill specifically to really amplify that skill and do well with it. So that's what they need to do. I think they need to nerf skills into the ground, and then if you want to bring them back up to how they used to be, you have to revolve your build around it, and there has to be trade-offs, Instead of running a stamina mod being more tanky, you could run a performance mod that makes your pulse crit chance go up, which would help you in a fight. I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool idea. Again, none of it's confirmed, so if you're freaking out about it, I wouldn't be, because whatever they're gonna do, everyone's going to be affected by it. You're not going to be at some crazy disadvantage now. All I'm saying is that I hope they do the right thing and they just make everything in the game relevant as far as weapon rebalancing and all this other stuff. It's going to make PvP fun again. That's all I'm hoping for. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you found some of this stuff pretty cool. I know that I did. If you guys want to see more videos like this or more PvP videos or just any Division video, please do me a favor and hit that like button. I'm asking for 50 likes on this video. I want to see if you guys can do that. If you guys can, that's going to tell me, hey, yo, Jed, get on your ass and start making some more videos for us. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace out, everybody.